drug criminal of all time.
You were sending seeds though, so
Right.
really they're assuming that all those seeds that you sent grew into marijuana.
I hope so, but that's what they're assuming. Yeah. They are, and so they're saying they estimate I sold 100,000 seeds a year, or something. No, there are 100,000 pounds of marijuana from this business each year, and so multiplied by 11 years, I was in the business. That's 1.1 million pounds. And again, I'm proud of those things. So it's hard to say I didn't do that because I did do that, and I'm proud of doing that. I wish I could have done more. I wish it was like $6 billion and 2 million pounds. Right, and so for me, these are all accusations of things I'm proud of and that I've always announced that I was doing to subvert the U.S. war on drugs.
So what are you doing? What are you asking people of Canada to do for you to stop your extradition?
Well, as soon as the judge finds me over for extradition, the Canadian people, if they in a minority government situation, if they complain in such numbers that they think it's wrong for a Canadian to send the United States gulags for life imprisonment for basically sending seeds to consenting adults over an imaginary line, then they could get him to stop that. He could simply charge me to Canada and see how a judge here would do it. But that would negate the extradition being charged.
Do you know about these legal ramifications when you bought into this business?
Oh, yeah, no, I'm very cognizant of all the risks involved. And I'm not only not surprised that EPA decided to get me, but I was surprised it took them so long because we are the people who are most responsible for the antagonism towards the EPA of the last 10 years. Our money, I sent $4 million around the world to all sorts of activist groups, charity groups, drug addiction clinics, and it was being used to fight the U.S. war on drugs. So if I were them, I would have targeted me too.
No, I mean, are you worried though about spending time in a federal prison in the States though? I mean,
Well, it'll make me nostalgic for Saskatoon Correctional, I will assure you of that. And as jails go, you could do much worse than Saskatoon Correctional. I was going to say to people here how much I learned being in Saskatoon Correctional, and as jails go, it's probably the best jail I've seen in all of Canada. And I've been in over 20 jails. I've been arrested 20 times, jailed on 17 occasions, and each occasion you can spend time in 2 or 3 different jails. And Saskatoon Correctional is the most professional place I ever was in. And I'll tell you this, it's remarkable that in the 67 days I was there, I never saw a guard ever insult or call an inmate any kind of derogatory name, which is remarkable both for professionalism and discipline. So when I go to a United States maximum security prison for drug cartel kingpins and murderous dudes, it's going to be nostalgic to think about Saskatoon Correctional.
You feel that you haven't hurt anybody, you haven't killed anybody, you haven't maimed anybody. Do you think that the fact you've been in 22 prisons in Canada, do you think there's any bitterness towards the Canadian government or Canadian law enforcement agencies?
No. Hey, the thing is, my reputation is sealed for eternity. I have millions of admirers. I've done fabulous work, generating millions of dollars for the cause. Myself have promoted it in Cannabis Culture magazine and all the different media we have. I've had a very honorable, great existence. I'm very proud of what I've done. But I don't fear the consequences of taking on the Goliath of the United States federal government. It's going to be rough. It's going to be miserable. It's going to be likely not in my favor. But, you have to understand when you're going into battle. And I love this war I'm in. I love battling the federal government because they're evil, and we represent the right, truth, justice part of the equation. So, those people usually get crushed in history. Justice does not always triumph. Good doesn't always win. Good people do get crushed by the system, and if I get crushed, I'll know that my reputation and what I leave behind is perfectly what I would have wanted.
Well, I mean, do you think that all of your SECs are ultimately going to change, drug laws either in the States or even in Canada? Because I know that you're in favor of not just criminalization, but legalization completely.
Well, I don't have confidence that that's going to happen. I simply tell people that the struggle will probably be eternal. For all our lives, we'll be fighting to make marijuana legal. And when we do get it legal, there'll be tyrants trying to make it criminal again. So we'll continue to have to fight day after day whether it's legal or illegal. The problem is you get situations like in Holland where it's been legal for so long they don't know how to fight back anymore. They don't know how to oppose the government when the government decides to criminalize them. So they get soft. At least in Canada, particularly in Saskatchewan, activists don't get soft. We don't take anything for granted. We're used to being oppressed. That's the status quo. We are aware who our enemies are, and it's politicians and police officers. All across Canada, if you're a pot smoker, the number one enemy of the people, as far as we're concerned, are politicians and pot smokers, or politicians and police officers. So we're used to that. I think it toughens you up. It's good to be in a hostile environment.
Now, I mean, I know that there was a study from Britain that just came down about pot smoking and
I'm going to talk about
psychosis.
that.
Yeah, do you think that those findings are legit? I mean, I know, like I've seen these studies sort of all over the map on both sides. I mean,
Well, here's the thing. They say that 30% of all the people in North America, which is like 350 million people, are obese. And why are they obese? Because sugar is everywhere. And in unlimited quantities. You can get overdose on sugar every day of your life, and you're never going to go to jail, and nobody sells it is going to go to jail. But it's the leading killer in North America. Now, after, it even kills more people than cigarettes, which are illegal. It kills more people than alcohol, which are illegal. So you've got all these killers out there that are legal, and you've got pot, which may or may not increase the likelihood that an already schizophrenic person will have more psychotic episodes. Now, we have 5 million pot smokers in Canada. Where are all the psychotics? Right? With 5 million people, the rate of schizophrenia and psychosis is the same as it was 30 years ago. It hasn't increased at all, but the number of pot smokers has dramatically increased. So Canada, for example, has no evidence of any increase in schizophrenia or psychosis in the general population at all. Right? So I would just say, where is the evidence of the damage? They're talking about something nobody can find. I have never seen a single interview or interview with someone who went psychotic after smoking marijuana. So if it's that common, they should be in every town, city, and village. There should be psychotic people in hospitals, but no one's in hospital because of marijuana. Despite the drug wars, the drug czar's assertion that people make hospital admissions of pot every day. In reality, if you go to any Canadian hospital and say, have there been any admissions overnight for anything to do with cannabis, you can't find a single one.
What is it you're trying to accomplish with Marc Emery Live?
Well, one of the things I want to talk about is how much I appreciate what's going on in Saskatchewan. It's a very vibrant community. I will say this, you've got an excellent jail. If you have to assess a jail, as someone who's been there, you have a great jail. Very good people in Saskatchewan. Very severe judges, severe police officers. This is the history of the prairie, so RCMP have always been severe here to minority points of view, and that's not unusual. So, you know, the people are great. I like what they've done here. I even ended up advising a young man here in King who got all sorts of attention after researching marijuana, and we helped him with his research, so he was able to get that from us. So, you know, Saskatchewan people are tough people, and I like that. And they're nice people, and I love coming back here. I've probably seen more of Saskatchewan than any other province outside of my native province of Ontario.
But in general, though, what do you hope to accomplish by doing these appearances across Canada?
Well, to remind people of how you can end up in jail, life in prison without parole for something that's innocuous as sending seeds over an invisible line. That political borders between nations don't really exist. It's just a political border, right? And yet, all of a sudden, a Canadian can find himself facing hundreds of years in jail for something that's innocuous as that due to U.S. drug laws. So but I'm not afraid of that. That doesn't bother me. If that's my destiny, that's perfectly suitable to me because everything I've accomplished up to that point in time will be a great legacy as far as I can.
What is that? Can I ask one more question? Yeah. One more quick question. Probably answers a million times. What is it you love about marijuana so much?
I like the fact that it opens you up to new points of view. It's not so much that it feels good physically, which it does, but it makes you think about subjects and questions in a different light than I had ever thought before. And that's constantly the illumination I get from marijuana. It allows me to be in someone else's shoes, it allows me to understand different points of view, and it allows me to calmly accept what everybody's saying and maybe choose something I wouldn't normally have thought had I not had marijuana helping life with me.
All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Marc Emery in from Vancouver, and I hope that everybody here already knows who Marc is. It's my job to introduce him, but he really doesn't need any introduction. Maybe he just needs some reminiscing. Right now, first of all, you have to think for a second that last month the news came out from the World Health Organization run by the UN that 16.8% of Canadians now say they smoke marijuana. That means that in our province here, there's probably about 170,000 people who smoke marijuana. In our city here, there's probably about 35,000 people who smoke marijuana. And you guys are the most courageous, the most willing to come out here and say what's everybody knows is right, is that there's really nothing wrong with that. And the idea that it's been singled out and that 70,000 Canadians a year are being sent into the judicial system with tens of thousands having criminal records or going to jail. That's just bizarre. It's insane. What do we do to ourselves? We laugh at previous times where they had witch hunts or there were pogroms against the Jews, and now we single out a new group and we say, well, this group has got to be bad, right? Well, the reason Marc Emery is here and speaking today is because he's had the courage to say it's wrong for a long time now.